Hey guys, this is Rick. Just wanted to kind of give you all a quick update on what's been going on with the layout and with the shack itself. I know I promised some of y'all on Train Life especially that I would give you an update video sometime this week. And I figured why not now, it's better late than never, I guess. Pretty much everything outside is still the same as you've seen it all along. So let's move on inside and kind of take a look at what I've done in there. Okay, we've now moved inside. As you can see, pretty much got a totally empty layout. Actually, everything's been taken off, and I'm ready to actually start working on getting this back to running again for permanently. And looking forward to actually finally getting to work on it. Just kind of giving you an overall view of the layout itself, and then I'll do some brief updates of where I'm going to go. Okay, with that in place, bear with me just a moment and we'll take a little bit more in-depth view of what I'm going to be doing. Okay, we're going to start right here at the bridge, the lift out. That's right here at the door. I've shown you this before, and really nothing's changed on it as of yet. As you can see, it does line up pretty much perfectly, and on both ends. These pins, I'm still trying to figure out a way of getting by with without having to slide them in and out every time I go to put the board on. I may take a note from, I believe it was Paul Weber's layout, and maybe put some dowel rods in the bottom of it, and that way I can just insert it right down into a hole instead of trying to put these pins in place. Now this right here is going away. I don't know, for those of you on Train Life that had looked at my pictures, you had seen the homemade bridge that I built, the scratch-built bridge. Well, every bit of this in here is going to be cut out. This is also going to be widened in here. The door back here, I'm going to take a piece of sheetrock and cover this section up in here. And my buddy Todd, who got me into this layout, into trains in general, his son is into painting real big right now, and so he's going to do me I don't want to call it a mural, but it's going to be a kind of a picture of a painting of a swamp area as background. So that will be inserted in that area on the door. But this here, which is a board that's screwed and glued up under this one, that's going to have to be taken out. It's going to have to be cut here and over here, but a little more than just uniform like it is right now. Kind of jagged edges up to make it look more like a swamp. Here, I'm still debating on what to do with this. Part of me wants to take it out, just create a whole box for this area, and create a bridge for the automobiles and all here, and then of course my scratch-built bridge here. Not quite sure yet, but as you can see, it's not real deep. So all of this is coming off, and there's going to be a box that drops down to give me depth in the swamp area. So that's, a work still in progress. But like I say, there will be a road that runs here, and we'll come all the way around and go on into town right here. Alright, as you can see, I did do all the way around the layout, a track, I guess you would say a mainline track, just to be able to say I get out here sometimes and really, working on something, but still want to run trains and don't want to have to keep watching them. I can put it on this and basically circle all the way around with it. Basically, the train's going to be coming from the other direction, back this way, so I guess I should have followed it. But it'll be coming in here, and when it's servicing the town of Tabor City and the industries, basically I'll be switching here, and then of course following this track on in towards town. Now, I haven't decided yet. Part of me wants to do on this a kind of like an abandoned track. Put an old beat up, messed up caboose on this track. Maybe lift it up a little bit, kind of a hill, put a bunch of trees around it. Then part of me is thinking to use it for some kind of industry here. Anyway, as you can see, the track's way too long. I just laid it here to get a feel for what I'm doing. And as you can see, it's not permanently attached yet. So I'm not quite sure yet. Because see, the thing is, there's going to be a roadway that comes all the way around right here. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet. Anyway, following this track on around, here's one of the smartest things I did right here. I don't know, and you can go back and look at my videos. The passing track that I had on here before was just super little. I mean, it was small. Really wasn't satisfied with it at the time. But anyway, I went and got 2 Pico curved turnouts, and now my passing track starts here in the turn. And as you can see, basically, you got double track all the way down, all the way to the very other, curve where the other Pico is. In fact, if you look closely under here, you can maybe see the residuals of the cork. This was the old track. If you'll notice, you can see how sharp that turn was. No way, even though I don't plan on running any Super Duties through here, no way a Super Duty was going to make that. And some of my longer box cars were not. But all of this is the old cork and track, which I got to take all this up. I just finally got the cork up. There's a part there that the wood, the cork didn't want to relinquish the wood, so it took the wood with it. And it comes on around. You can see my markings here as far as I had a curved turnout here. And that's, basically where the other passing track came into. But then it came on around here and then made a sharp, oops, sorry about that. Came around here and made a sharp turn. So, yeah, that was not going to work. Plus, this track here, following that track, would not allow these cars. You see how much space is between these now? When they were making turns before, the corners here were hitting each other. That's how sharp the turn was. Now this track here is not going to remain, well, it's going to remain, but this piece is not going to be there. It's going to be longer. In fact, when I'm done, get this turnout out of the way, or cork. When I'm done, this is probably going to come to about right here. I've got 4 of these wood chip cars, and this track right here is going to be my wood chip, area. Now, lumber company is going to be all this in between this track and that main track back there. So all of this is going to be lumber company. It's coming around. This track here is going to be coming up, and that's where my log cars are going to be coming in at. The true industry in Tabor City, the Tabor City Lumber Company, did not really, as far as I can recollect, back in the early 60s when I lived there and my dad worked there, mostly everything they got as far as their logs were in on trucks. So that's not probably going to be prototypical of, of the lumber company. But since this is my layout, I can kind of ad-lib a little bit and plan to do so. Probably might even just do it as a pulpwood track instead of a true lumber, car track. But anyway, not only would a lumber mill be on there, there's going to be other industries, and you'll have to forgive the drill and all. Going to be other industries in here. In fact, as you can see, you got that there. Then you got this that branches off the main line, and as I said, this is not permanently attached yet. Then you're going to have this coming off here, which, I mean, this is really going to be back over here. So basically, it's going to curve off here. You're going to have water tank somewhere in here, industry here, one back over here where the drill is, and the lumber company farther off in the corner. And in fact, where the drill and all is, it's probably going to be where my Purina Chow fertilizer and feed plant's going to be. But then you follow this track on down over in here, where my hand's at, if I ever find my hand. Over in here is going to be where my bulk oil distributor is going to be, on this track. I'll end it somewhere up here, I don't know where yet. Alright, also coming back here off this track, follow it down, there's a dedicated track that comes off of here, and basically that's going to be my Lady Tabor yam. I don't want to call it plant, I guess it would be my distribution center. I've got to redo this a little bit. I don't know if you could see the very tip top of the roof there, but I kind of had a little mishap in dropping something on it. My Lady Tabor yam sign's been knocked off too, so I got to re-glue that on there. Newbie mistake, leaving stuff on the layout while you're working with wood. Anyway, I don't have my scratch built, what would you say? I'm trying to think of a word I can't. Well, all I can think of is piers, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't have those back there yet to, you know, give you an idea of what it's all going to look like. But that's basically where it's going to set, is right in there. I may curve the track around a little bit around the building to give me more space, or I may move the building a little farther up to be able to allow, you know, staging of a couple of cars. But anyway, and like I say, coming back in here, there's the other Pico turnout. In here, along this track, is going to be parking just like in Tabor City. I'm going to be parking alongside the track. Road in here. And I haven't decided, let me back up a little bit. Haven't decided in here whether I'm going to try to do buildings on this edge or not. The way it is in Tabor City, you got buildings up here, roadway here, parking up against the track with guardrails, parking on the other side that kind of comes this way, and then the actual buildings, well, road running in here, and actual buildings over here. So, you know, that's probably going to be one of the last things I'm working on. But, you know, how many times I've changed everything up since I've started on this, so who knows. But anyway, then it comes back in here and ties back into the main line and goes over the swamp and on back around. Okay, that's basically my plans.